Well, congratulations, Mark Webber. His race-winning credentials are certainly not in doubt. And his timing isn't bad either. A few weeks now without a Grand Prix, and Mark Webber is the man leading the championship at the perfect time. Well, David, Eddie, Sebastian Vettel can do it on a Saturday. Mark Webber can certainly do it on a Sunday, can't he?
Yeah, I think that Sebastian, obviously, he's not happy. You can clearly see that. That was a race that was pretty much in the bag, apart from, you know, the misunderstanding at the safety car. So he will be frustrated. But frankly, that's motor racing. You know, you can have reliability issues, you can have all sorts of incidents and accidents. He's just got to take it on the chin, and today was Mark's day.
We saw Sebastian gesticulating as he came down the pit lane here. We saw him talking to Herbie Blash before the podium. But let's focus on Mark Webber, because he's now picked up 4 Grand Prix wins this year. He is doing everything right to win the world title.
Without question, the turnaround from approximately this time last year, he's won a whole host of Grand Prix. Mark Webber is like a reincarnated man. He is full of confidence, he's sparky. We went to interview him recently. You speak to him all the time. He is like a man with a vision, and the vision is he thinks he can win this World Championship.
And one of the nicest things now, that this leaves the title for us to have a few weeks off over the summer. We can keep looking at the standings and saying to ourselves, one win separates the top 5. Fantastic.
Yeah, great championship. It's very close.
Oh, well done.
Lovely jubbly.
Mr. Webber
Let's just
there.
introduce you to this man. This is Mark's father. You come to so many of the races. How does it feel to see your boy up there and leading the championship now?
It's a real thrill today. Terrific. We had a little bit of luck for sure. Seb had some bad luck, but anyway, you got to make the most of your opportunities, and he did that. Great drive on those tyres, well over halfway, wasn't it, really? So, no, I thought it was a great effort. So all very happy.
You've seen your boy under a fair amount of pressure in Red Bull so far this season. Yeah. What do you think of his mental state at the moment and where he's sitting?
He's pretty strong, I think.
All right, like father, like son, Alan. Thank you very much. Congratulations, and let's swap Mark's dad for his dad in the team, shall we say? The team principal, Christian Horner. Well, a mixed race for you, hey?
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, Mark drove a blinding race. We knew the start from the dirty side of the grid was going to be tricky. The pace car came out at exactly the wrong time. We elected to split the cars, which I think would have been the right thing to do. Unfortunately, Sebastian, for whatever reason, dropped too far behind, outside 10 car lengths at the restart, and got the penalty for that. But then Mark's middle stint was quite amazing, and to build the gap, get the pit stop, was an awesome drive from him today.
The situation for Sebastian, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Because, of course, all the Sebastian followers will think it's some conspiracy theory. There is a rule, you have to stay within 10 car lengths, and difficult to manage sometimes from in the car, but just one of those things, I guess.
It is one of those things. I mean, I think that, you know, it's very clear in the briefings and drivers' briefing, you know, what the rules are. The guys know behind the pace car they need to be, you know, within 10 car lengths of the leading car. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, Seb dropped that little bit too far back.
Christian, will you please confirm to us, at no stage did you give an instruction to Sebastian to back up?
Eddie, I can absolutely guarantee you that no instruction was given to say back up.
Thank you.
Ever the conspiracy theorist looking for the story. So let's just talk about where this leaves you. This leaves you leading the Constructors' Championship and the Drivers' Championship, so both going into the summer break. You're well set, aren't you?
I think it's a fantastic team result. I mean, to get a first third here, McLaren had a difficult day. You know, Lewis had a DNF. It was inevitably going to happen at some point, and we managed to capitalise on that with a 1-3 finish at what's you know, only our 100th ever Grand Prix.
Yeah, great result, obviously, for the team. There's still some murmurings, other teams a little bit jealous of wing configurations and all the rest of it. Just one final message for them on where you stand on that.
Well, you know, the car has to pass the scrutineering. The scrutineering is the same for all of them. The rules are very clear. We, you know, feel that our car complies 100% within the regulations, and it's a compliment to our design team and everyone in Milton Keynes that are doing a brilliant job to produce such a fast car.
OK, Christian, thank you very much. We were hoping to get you and Martin Whitmarsh together on the F1 forum, but we gather he has to nick off.
Send him my love.
I will do, and I'm sure he sends his back. Nice to chat. Congratulations, well done. You are leading both the championships. But let's now hear from the man at the very front, Mark Webber. He's in the driver's press conference.
Mark, congratulations. A commanding win for you by the end of 70 laps, but it was probably the 43 you managed in your first stint that really set it up.
Yeah, that's right. You know, the start was, we always knew it was going to be a little bit tricky on that side. Fernando got a good start. You know, Seb was pretty good as well, but we all jumped into the slipstream on the run to the first corner, and then I had Lewis there as well, so it's to make sure that at least get out in third position, if not see what happens in front. And then settle in. You know around here that it's going to be very difficult to make any moves on the track unless someone makes a mistake. So it was not a surprise to see Seb disappearing with Fernando, doing his absolute best. But I was still just marking him and waiting, obviously, for the crucial point of the race to see what would happen. And meaning the pit stop. And then we had the safety car. And obviously I had to go off strategy to try and probably pass Fernando, making it a bit easier probably to try and do that. But we're asking a lot of the option tyres. And you're right, building from safety car through to when we decided to make the stop, we knew we needed around 20 seconds, but I told the guys, let's get a bit more of a buffer just to make sure the guys have less pressure in the pit stop, all those type of things, but they were on that anyway. And the front left was completely finished, really. It was pretty difficult to the grip that we had finishing that stint, but in the end, when I knew once I'd get the primes on these guys, I'd already done 20-odd laps, that the race was pretty much in the bag. I knew that Seb had some difficulties on the restart for whatever reason, and it was a bit of a gift today for me, but I haven't had many of them, so I'll take today's. And tough luck for Seb. Obviously, he lost a couple of spots, but I think enjoyed the fight with Fernando at the start. Not much of a fight, but as I keep saying, we're just trying to get the most out of the cars and keep pressing on, and we were gapping Felipe and Lewis. So, but incredible day for the team. Another victory. 1-2 was our goal. Unfortunately, we didn't get that, but we still got a big chunk of points. So it's a good day.
Not a bad way to celebrate your 150th Grand Prix. And we heard you say on the team radio when you lapped Michael Schumacher, boy, that felt good.
Well, he did it a lot, when I was in the middle of the field. So, a calibre of Michael, a driver like him, that you need to get everything right at this level. It's a credit to the team, everyone pulling together, to lap someone of Michael's quality is a good day out. So, it's not rubbing anyone's nose in it. It's just, it's a unique thing to happen.
Turning to yourself, Fernando, Mark said that the victory might have been a bit of a gift, bit fortuitous for him. Was second place for you and Ferrari a bonus, given the pace difference between yourself and Red Bull this weekend?
Yeah, I think so. But I think we have some credit still from this year's bad luck. So if we have 5 or 6 more gifts like this, still not enough, maybe. So I think it was a good race. Obviously, the start was superb. We passed Mark, thanks maybe to the green side, and then we were side by side with Vettel in the first corner. Not able to overtake this time, but very close. And then, very stressful moments where the safety car came in. Tried to go to the pits. We were in the last or before last corner, so there is always the minimum time to respect as well. So we were taking care about all these things to do a good Sunday today with no mistakes, with no penalties, with no anything. And then, we found ourselves second. Mark was incredibly quick, and the soft tire this weekend, they were not too soft. So he was able to do 40 laps with a set of tires that normally is not the case. And, overall, I think good weekend, knowing that the pace was not good enough. And we had like 40 laps behind Vettel, 1 second or 2 seconds quicker than us. So the layout of the circuit also helps today, because I think in a normal circuit it was impossible to maintain second.
Congratulations to you. Sebastian, third place after starting on pole. The safety car caused a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos. You came in what seemed like a very late call for your pit stop, but it was the resumption behind the safety car that seems to have clearly upset you. We saw your expression when you had the drive-through penalty, raising your hands off the steering wheel as you came in.
Yeah, I didn't understand what was going on and why I was penalised. So it was a question mark for me. I didn't understand at the time. Now after the race, the people told me what happened, but maybe to go through. Start was fine. We knew it was a long way to the first corner. So Fernando got the toe, but we were able to defend. After that, we had a very good first stint where we could use our speed. Then obviously with the safety car, it was very late, a late call. So I just managed to come in. And after that, usually, it was a very easy race from there, because we knew we had the pace advantage. We were probably the fastest car out there, so not much to do. At the restart, I was sleeping. So I don't know, somewhere I was probably relying too much on the radio. Somewhere in the first stint I lost the radio connection, and I didn't hear anything. So basically, I mean, you know, I saw the safety car boards and then was waiting for instruction when the safety car will come in. Probably didn't see the lights. Also Mark, you know, usually the leader, when he does a restart, he tries to drop back and then, you know, dictates the pace. Mark was very close, so I was warming up my car and I was sure we have another lap, so I didn't really understand. I mean, and then when I saw, you know, Mark and the safety car, second last corner, quite big gap to myself, I noticed the safety car is going into pit, so that must be the restart, and yeah, I was caught out, so I lost a lot of momentum and also lost, you know, a lot in the first couple of laps, which for sure was not the intention. Yeah, and then I got the drive-through, as I said, in the race. But during the race, I did not understand. So, yeah, pretty unlucky, I would say. Obviously, very disappointed because we could have. It would have been a walk in the park today, and we could have won the race, but didn't happen. So we saved the podium. After that, I was behind Fernando. Was clearly quicker, but they are faster than us on the straights. We knew that, so it was impossible to pass.
So Sebastian admits he was sleeping. Not a wise thing to do in a Formula One car. It cost him a penalty, it cost him the win, but he still picked up a podium and he's still in the fight for the title. Let's just confirm then the result of the 2010 Hungarian Grand Prix. And what a fantastic result for Vitaly Petrov for Renault and Nico Hülkenberg at Williams. Two rookie drivers, both picking up a clutch of points. The first points on his return also for Pedro Della Rosa. A difficult day for Jenson Button. He finished up 8th. Kamui Kobayashi, you saw flash through there. He finished 9th, having started at the back. We will certainly talk about Michael Schumacher versus Nico Rosberg before long. We'll hope to get Nico Rosberg live very shortly. Of course, Rubens Barrichello and Michael Schumacher were going head-to-head there at the end of the straight, and we'll hear from Rubens if we can. Lewis Hamilton, a difficult day. We'll hope to hear from him. Of course, he didn't finish the Grand Prix. Issues before the race started, and he retired from the Grand Prix as well. He was the previous leader, but the leader now in the championship standings, Mark Webber, 161 points. But look at that, all the way down to Fernando Alonso on 141. Just 20 points separating the top 5 and 25 points for a win in Formula One at the moment. And as far as the Constructors' Championship is concerned, let's have a little look. It's Red Bull with 312 points. McLaren just behind them with 304. Ferrari are very much in the title hunt still. Mercedes Grand Prix are sitting 4th at the moment with 132 points. Well, let's talk then about probably the most dramatic incident of that Grand Prix. It came right at the very end there. Michael Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello. The overtake was coming for a while, and when it came, David, it was quite dramatic.
Yeah, indeed. You know, Rubens got himself into the right position, got the toe. Michael didn't defend early enough for me, and then once he had defended, I think he just kept going too late. You've got a car alongside you, you've got to give it up. Michael knows that. If he didn't want him to go on the inside, he should have blocked earlier. And Rubens had said earlier that he's moving very late in the braking zones. And as we watch the end of this video, actually, we've just been joined by the man himself who can maybe talk us through this. Rubens?
Well, he made a mistake on the last corner, and you can see that it's just a bit too close. You know, we've been there, and what we want from racing is to be fair and to have battles, because in a track that is so difficult to overtake, and you know that you should choose a line, but that's it. And you see me coming, and then you just close. It was a bit too close, and luckily the wall finished there, and I was able to go a bit more to the right.
We'd actually heard you on the in-car radio a few laps before telling your team he was closing the door too late. So clearly, as you described there.
Yeah, that's a big proof of that, because you know, there's not a rule for that, but you should. In between ourselves, amongst ourselves, you should just take a line, stick to a line, and that's it. And anyway, he's just taking something from the past up to the future or to the present, and I don't think there's needed. I think there's been a lot of controversy already on the last week, so there was no need for that.
Rubens, I've got to ask you this question. You've been a very long time in Formula One. Is this the most dangerous manoeuvre against you you've ever witnessed?
It was.
Because it's so unnecessary, wasn't it? And it was blatantly dangerous.
You know, I'm delighted in a way, because, you know, I can get to my 38 on my physical condition, and with that, I mean, I got there, and Patrick was screaming. He was so happy, and we got only 1 point for that. And I'm still a boy on that. And yeah, it was the most dangerous thing that I've ever been through. And I'm sorry for that.
Stay with us just for a moment. Let's hear from Michael Schumacher. He's with Lee McKenzie.
A good start, making up a couple of places, but a controversial end to your race. Just talk us through the move with Rubens Barrichello.
Well, I mean, there is not much to say other that he obviously had fresher tyres, and my job was to get the last corner spot on. And I had a line of about 5 centimetres that I had to hit, and in that lap I obviously ran a little wide and started sliding. So my exit speed was a bit compromised. I knew that it was coming, so from my point of view, I was moving over to the inside and make it very obvious and clear to him, go on the other side, there's more space for you. He didn't choose to, so it got a bit tight.
Well, it certainly did get a bit tight, and obviously it's being investigated by the stewards. He'd complained on the radio several times before that you were leaving the door open and then slamming it shut. What do you have to say about that?
Not much. I mean, we know certain drivers have certain views, and then there's Rubens.
Well, Rubens, there you go. All your fault. You went on the wrong side of the car.
It's been always my fault for 6 years, isn't it?
Hasn't
I think it's unbelievable. But anyway, I'll let the stewards say whatever they have to say. His view is always that I'm a big crier and so on. I would like the public to vote and have a look on what they think. I think it's a fair point what I said, and if he thinks he's right, I want the public to tell me. Tell me on Twitter. Todd, are you Barrichello? Tell me, please.
Tell Rubens on Twitter and tell us on Twitter as well, because you can get involved via Twitter and via email as well, because we're now heading to the F1 forum. Ruben loves it. I hope you do as well. And if you press red, we'll discuss this in more detail, hear from you. We'll also hear from the rest of the guys. But thank you very much, David, Eddie, Rubens, for your company this afternoon. Mark Webber is the championship leader. He heads into the summer break in pole position. His timing is just immaculate. See you in Spa.